While politics and skullduggery are frequent bedfellows in most countries, it's hard to believe the extent of the intrigue and corruption in the Malaysian government. The greatest scandal surrounds the murder of a beautiful young woman who was having an affair with a high-ranking apparatchik. Only she wasn't just killed, she was blown to pieces with explosives by 2 government bodyguards. One of them fled to Australia, where he's now held in immigration detention and is keeping a dirty secret which could implicate the highest office holders in Malaysia. And that's why its former Prime Minister, Mahathir Mohamad, himself an outspoken and controversial figure, has now come out of retirement to have his say. In Malaysia's capital, Kuala Lumpur, a young woman is kidnapped, driven to remote jungle, where she is executed, her body destroyed. One of her killers is former Malaysian government bodyguard Cyril Azhar Umar. He fled to Australia and is now behind bars here in Sydney's Villawood Detention Centre. Cyril holds a dirty secret which could bring down the Malaysian government. There are shocking claims of high-level corruption.
If Australia can do something, I think it would be helpful, especially with regard to asylum for this man. He's frightened of coming back here.
Tonight, in an extraordinary appeal, the former Malaysian Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, calls on Australia to give this killer asylum.
Yang telah mengambil kesempatan untuk.
So you would like to see Australia offer this man protection so that he can speak the truth about what he knows?
If he thinks he is safe in Australia, I think he would be able to say who instructed him.
This is the jungle setting where 10 years ago, in the dead of night, 2 Malaysian government agents brutally murdered a young woman. Her name was Altantuya Sharibu. And as if shooting her dead wasn't enough, they then strapped her body with plastic explosives and blew it to pieces. Her body parts were found strewn in these trees. It's a bloody trail of corruption that leads all the way to the very highest office in this land, the Malaysian Prime Minister. Altantuya Sharibu was a young mother and translator who'd had an affair with a very senior Malaysian government official, Razak Baginda.
I have been interviewed. I have given...
Baginda was an advisor and close friend of Najib Razak, then the Defence Minister, now Malaysia's Prime Minister. The pair are accused of receiving massive bribes from a French defence company to win a huge submarine contract with Malaysia. It's claimed Altantuya was in on the bribes and that the night she was murdered, she'd been hounding her ex-lover for money. Cynthia, this sounds like a Hollywood movie.
It is. It has all the elements. It has corruption, it has sex, it has money, it has murder, it has everything.
It's like House of Cards, Malaysia.
Yes.
Corrupt politicians, beautiful women murdered, blown up, bad guys
With
killing
C4
people.
explosives. And I must say, C4 explosives are explosives meant to bring down buildings, not to kill people.
Cynthia Gabriel leads a Malaysian anti-corruption organisation appropriately named C4. She's been investigating the alleged high-level corruption behind Altantuya's murder.
It seems like very much that she had a lot of information with her and she was threatening to to tell all if she didn't get her portion of the money.
So she threatened to blow the whistle.
Yes.
Is that why she was murdered?
That is something that we think is very, very highly believable.
There shall be no retreat, no surrender, no retreat, no surrender.
Malaysia has been ruled by the same party for almost 60 years. Outwardly a successful economy, Malaysia's reputation is increasingly blighted by allegations of corruption.
We are dealing with corruption at the highest level.
So in this country, people who try to blow the whistle on corruption
Get attacked.
They
get
end up
harassed.
dead.
Yes.
Malaysia's Prime Minister, Najib Razak, has always denied knowing the murdered woman, Altan Tuya.
I never met her at all.
Her ex-lover, Baginda, denies that either he or the Prime Minister were inappropriately involved with her.
And what I have said today to all of you is what I told the police. That Dato' Najib had never met the deceased.
Behind the barbed wire here at the Villawood Detention Centre in Sydney is the man who could answer that key question. Who ordered the murder of Altan Tuya? When he was convicted for the killing in Malaysia, Cyril testified that he was a scapegoat for those more powerful, implying very strongly that he was acting under instructions from people higher up. Now it appears that someone representing the Malaysian government is trying to keep him quiet. And it appears to suggest that the police... These SMSs show that while he was on the run in Australia, Cyril sent a desperate message demanding a total of $17 million to not bring down the Malaysian Prime Minister. The Malaysian government contact responds, they will discuss. While in Villawood, Cyril has been visited by an intermediary for the Malaysian Special Branch Police. And there's another SMS suggesting a deal was being brokered, that a house was to be bought for Cyril in Sydney.
Yeah.
In Australia.
So it says here, the police promised to buy him a house in Sydney this time.
Is it your fear that a deal has been done?
It looks like a deal.